guys, Osvaldo here. So before we begin, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. So a while ago, I was going through my emails and I started to notice an increasing number of job scams and dodgy emails from weird companies, right? Over the last 2 years, I've had an extensive job search all over the country, and along the way, I made HR friends as well. Nowadays, scamming is easier because of the rising unemployment rates in Africa. I in no way mean to endorse or discredit any platforms that I mentioned in this video. This is simply to try and help the average person out there looking for a job. When it comes to job work, the main market is predominantly sales. So a lot of jobs you will find will mainly require little to no experience and are mainly related to outbound call centers, insurance companies, and some form of pyramid schemes. So scammers will try to get you by promising you a lot of incentives as well as promotions to senior positions once you meet certain targets. They will tell you a story that you definitely relate to and make the ad seem like your answer to all your problems. Most job ads that start like this are a lot of bullcrap, to be honest. It's just clickbait you need to avoid. After you click on it, send through your personal information. Sooner rather than later, you'll receive an email or a text with dodgy instructions. Upon receiving the email, here's what you need to do. First, check the name of the email, especially the subdomain. That is the part that comes after the @ part. In normal circumstances, this part should be the name of the company you applied for. Most companies have their own email servers, so they'll have their own custom emails. But certain companies will have a Gmail account. That's okay. If you're unsure, Google the email address first. If it's unlisted or appearing on a lot of job search sites, then this should probably be your first red flag because clearly it's a form of spam. Secondly, you need to look at the email itself. Most scams will have a similar automatic reply that doesn't directly address you but is more general. It will have instructions that seem to be a template or an automatic response. Check the grammar as well that's used. You'll notice spelling errors or poor word choices in the email. Now, at the end of the email, usually you should see the recipient's name or the company name. And if not, this could be a potential red flag. They're smart enough to leave no traces directly to them. Instead, they will create a virtually non-existent company in your head. If there's a name, however, and you're still doubting it, Google the name and see if there are credible sources from the results that match the company records. Another red flag is an email containing payment instructions, telling you how this will separate serious people, telling you that you have to pay for training materials to get started. They will even send you banking details, which again, you must Google. Now listen and listen carefully. Never, ever, ever pay anyone for a job placement. That's their job. They get paid to do it. Ask any HR manager you know. Yes, there are some HR placement companies out there that really help people out. But try by all means to avoid paying anyone to be placed for a job. Rather, seek to find the actual company offering the job. Also, companies do background checks by themselves at their own expense. You do not have to pay any company for police clearances, background checks, or anything like that. If, however, they need it, what you can do is you can go to the police station yourself and get your own police clearance. It's way cheaper than what they will actually charge you. Let's say the invitation you received passed the test, right? Because some definitely will. So the next thing you do is you Google the location that you've been instructed to come for your assessment. Google Maps has a local guide program, which I'm a part of, and essentially anyone can leave a review of their experience with the company. And the best part is companies have minimum to zero control over what's posted. Google their location and see reviews of what others are saying. you get a feeling of what to expect when you get there. Remember, some people don't get jobs and will label it a scam and leave a bad review. So it's better to trust reviewers with the local guide badge next to their profile picture. When you get there, just notice the building and how you're treated. The way you're treated during the assessment process is very similar to the way the job that you're applying for is going to be like. So if you hate the treatment during that interview process, you're most likely going to hate working for them. Trust me. So make sure you make that decision during the interview process as well. In closing, here are a couple of things you need to note throughout your job search journey. Be honest about yourself. Reveal to yourself the type of skills that you can offer to the industry, and verify how much people doing the same jobs get paid. That way you know what range of salary you'll be expecting. 2, try use professional websites to search for your jobs. That can be LinkedIn. This is also good because you get to familiarize yourself with professional jobs out there. So you would definitely be able to spot a scam from a real job. This is not to say that every other job there is dodgy. This is just to get you the exposure you need as you go throughout your job search. Also, decide which industry and companies you're willing to work for. Don't just look for a job for the sake of surviving and trying to meet your financial goals. When it comes to sales jobs, it's all about the amount of work you're willing to put in, even pyramid schemes. So every listing is not for you, and not every listing is dodgy as well. It's all about the work you're going to be putting into that sales position, and the amount of work you put in is equal to the amount of money you actually make in the job. Lastly, you need to know your geography, know your locations. So explore other avenues out there, because you never know. If you stay in one city, the job you want might just be in the next city. I wish you all the best in your job search, and leave comments below of your experience so far to help other people watching the video. And to job scammers,
do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying. Get in Igbo.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share and subscribe.